Welcome back to our fifth and final fireside chat. Today, I decided to basically talk about one of the more difficult ones. I saved the hardest one for last. I'm not going to introduce the topic for you because I want to share a story from 25 years ago when I was a younger, newer educator, and it was in the world of football. And then I'll introduce the topic. But I want you to just imagine you're out at a football practice, and I'm not going to explain where it was because I want to respect the people I was working with. But I was brand new. I had just come out of playing college football, and I was also coaching college football. And our first practice, one of our warm-up routines was that we were going to run 10 100-meter dashes. And we had 130 kids on our team. And I looked down across the line, and I noticed that we had some rather large fellows, many of which who were over 250 pounds. And my mind started to swim and going, why are we doing this? Hold it. I want you to think about the consequences of that decision. Many of us just stood and watched. What do you think happened? Well, the problem was we had about 4 or 5 players, linemen, all who ended up getting injured, stress fractures, shin splints, and they couldn't play for 3 weeks. For our season opener, we didn't have them available, and that was frustrating. Now, we're going to talk about a word called that some teachers get a little intense about, the word differentiation. I remember standing there as a young coach and thinking to myself, why are we having offensive linemen run 100 yards 10 times? That's 1,000 meters. They are bulldozers. They move people right down the football field. There were these nice sleds that those athletes could have pushed. Now, I want you to think about this in a classroom. This is the same thing. I want to share two myths about differentiation. Number one, that differentiation is a collection of strategies. Teachers get stressed if they think they have to teach 5 different lessons in one class period because they have 5 different learner types. Well, that's the myth. The myth is not that you have to differentiate how you're teaching all of your students into little pockets. That's insanity. There's no teacher who can do that. But the truth is, know your audience. Think about my earlier fireside chats. Know your audience, know your assessments. And once you know your students' capacity, I want to talk briefly this way about capacity. If I have students, for example, those linemen on that day, they could maybe run this far. We were asking them to come here, and that's very difficult to do. So I want you to think about the capacity of your students and think about your assessments. What your students can do should drive your differentiation. Perhaps you have a very gifted student who already knows the material. Should they, in math, let's say, should they do all 30 questions of an assignment? Probably not. Maybe they should have a tougher word problem, a challenge that you already know the answer to, and you're able to provide that to them because they can do the rote work. Let's say I have a student who is really struggling, though. 30 questions not in their capacity. 30 questions for that student would be like running 10 100-meter dashes. Maybe you start off when we go, hey, we're going to do 5 questions. When you get those done, I want to take a look at them. That's the first one. The second one, so think about differentiating your assessments, whether they're formative or summative. Still teach the same. Good teaching is still good teaching, okay? The other thing I want you to think about is if students learn content the same way day after day after day, then achievement's going to go down. Think about differentiating your instruction from our previous fireside chat, okay? Mix it up. If you mix it up, your students are going to stay way more engaged. What I would consider you to do, try to do, is audit your present system. How often are you differentiating your lessons as far as your instruction? Are you lecturing a lot? Students are probably going to tune you out. If you use movies a lot, they're going to tune that out. You have to change it to stimulate their brains. Unfortunately, the truth is the busier we become, the more we go into a default mechanism and we become stagnant as teachers. So I just challenge you to audit it and differentiate your assessments. Have a nice day.